I'm from a Qatar Financial Center, and in the presentation, I will touch about the more on the practical side. So we'll try to share some. We'll try to share some of the points what Qatar as an economy is trying to do in terms of digital development, and then we'll also go into QFC as a financial center, and then what are the programs and what are the initiatives we're trying to do in terms of digitize the economy and then create digital footprint, if you like, in the economy. So my presentation will be discussing these two sections.
Do we have the slides? Maybe, do you have notes prepared? You could begin the presentation, and hopefully the presentation can catch up to you.
Sure. Obviously, my first slide will talk about the Qatar as the economy, and Qatar as the economy trying to diversify its economy from the hydrocarbon economy to the more non-hydrocarbon side. And we know that from the latest stats, the non-hydrocarbon part of the economy is growing, and it's already 52 to 53%, which means more and more initiatives are being taken to the diversification efforts. And one of the interesting points would be on the digitization. So in one of my slides, I have some of the bigger projects, upcoming projects. One of them would be, for example, Lusail project. And Lusail is also trying to become more of a smart city. And all the infrastructure there, the lighting, the transportation, everything is trying to emulate smart city concept. And second project is, for example, Hamad Port, where a port itself is being developed, and we know that blockchain technology being discussed there as well to implement blockchain in terms of the tracking of the shipments. We also know that there is another big project on the airport side, the same technology being discussed on the blockchain side. We also know that there is another technology initiatives, especially on the road and transportation side. So all of these important projects are happening, but the main question would be who is delivering this project? So what is the expertise and who is bringing this expertise? And I think in this point in time, Qatar Financial Center is I would say, main FDI attraction point. And we try to bring this international expertise to the state of Qatar. So in my next slide, I would have talked about the Qatar Financial Center and what are the benefits we have in terms of you setting up your company here in QFC. We are Qatar Financial Center. We've been established in 2005, and we are onshore center in the state of Qatar. We are alternative jurisdiction for you to create your company and own 100% of your company. And we have several activities. You can license your business. We have activities on professional services, on high net worth individual services, as well as corporate solutions. And one of the interesting things we're doing in our new strategy is, thank you for that. Yeah, so this slide talks about the Qatar, why to do business in Qatar. And as you know, Qatar is blessed with the wealth, hydrocarbon wealth, but as I mentioned, they are trying to diversify the economy into other services areas as well. And here I put some of the interesting stats in terms of the GDP growth, 2.4% increase in 2018, and then Qatar is trying to develop more other areas. And here, for example, why Qatar? Qatar boasts around more than 70 DTAs internationally, and you being in Qatar, you have access to all of these double tax agreements as well. Here is the slide I was earlier alluding to. So these are some of the key trophy projects I mentioned: Lusail City, Doha Metro, Expressway, and others. So especially if you are within these sectors, I think you have a lot of projects available, and we as a QC, we can facilitate your setting up in Qatar. So some of the statistics I put here just to position Qatar in your mind. Qatar is quite well ranked in the ICT rank. It's number 9 in terms of ICT adoption, according to World Economic Forum. And very importantly, Qatar first globally in internet penetration, which is quite staggering. There is statistics. In average, every person has 2.5 phones in Qatar. And you also have, Qatar is second in the Middle East and 27th in the world in terms of network readiness. And later on, I'll come to this, and you already know that there is quite a big entity in Qatar in terms of telecommunication. There's the name of Ooredoo. Ooredoo present in many countries, and later on I'll discuss some of the initiatives we are doing with Ooredoo and Minister of Transport Communications in terms of digitization. So we partnered with all these organizations. Now we have a memorandum of understanding, MOUs with this, and I'll later on explain why we are doing these initiatives. So let me quickly discuss QFC platform, which I already started. Our vision is to transform Doha into a global financial and business center, commercial center. And for that, we have regulatory, tax, and legal environment based on English common law jurisdiction. So we license, as I mentioned, business and professional services. We license non-for-profit organizations, associations. We also license financial services firms. And currently we have these are the bodies within Qatar Financial Center umbrella. We have Qatar Financial Center Authority, which looks and licenses non-financial, non-regulated businesses. We also have Qatar Financial Center Regulatory Authority, which licenses regulated businesses like asset management, banks, insurance, etc. We also have Academy, Qatar Finance and Business Academy, which tries to excel and raise financial literacy, financial knowledge in Qatar, especially in Islamic finance as well as in conventional finance. And we also have international courts for dispute resolution within our ecosystem. So let me quickly summarize overview of the QFC. As I mentioned, it's a 100% ownership offering platform. It's based on English common law jurisdiction. You can repatriate your profits 100% and other main benefits. But I want to quickly run through the main other areas. We discussed 100%. We discussed about the tax environment. You have access to more than 70 DTAs being established in Qatar, and international legal framework based on English common law jurisdiction. So I want to discuss this initiative. So currently we are unveiling our new strategy, and our new strategy looks after these four major sectors: digital sector, media sector, sports, as well as localization. Particularly here, I want to discuss digital and perhaps sports. Digital sector, as you know, we discussed today from our distinguished speakers earlier. They mentioned about digital payments. They mentioned about sharing economy. They mentioned about fintech. And I think we're already gearing for that. I mean, I think we have already good platform to welcome this. And some of the examples here in the transportation industry, Uber and Karim Networks, we already licensed these companies. They are the residents, or they are the QFC companies. In the sharing economy side, we have food distribution companies like from the technology perspective, we license Tarabat and Zomato. We also have service companies like Service Market. We also have a job portal. So I think we have pretty much a good number of e-commerce platforms licensed under QFC. So on the digital side, as you see, digitization of the local economy is a key pillar. And I mentioned earlier Ooredoo. So we are basing ourselves on the backbone of Ooredoo and the international presence. And we have signed MOU with Ooredoo. And we'd like to bring more and more companies in the digital sector. And for those, our international guests here, we already have here some of the startup establishments. We have Qatar Business Incubation Center. We have Digital Incubation Center. And we also recently unveiled ourselves with our partners, Qatar Sports Tech Incubator Center. So these are incubations where we are promoting sports and digital content so that they develop the whole digital economy here in Qatar, and they will be licensed by QFC. So some of the examples within
just maybe a minute, 30 seconds. Can you summarize, but in the next minute?
Yeah, I will. So within digital, we are welcoming data and IT-related services. We're welcoming fintech companies. We're also welcoming gaming companies, cybersecurity companies, cloud service companies. All of these companies are readily welcome to QFC, and we have ready legal framework to license them so that they can do operations here in Qatar. Now, lastly, these are some of the regulated activities you license. And these are some of the firms, just to illustrate that we license pretty much big companies all the way to the small companies. And this is the quick establishment steps. You simply submit your business case, we review business case, and you'll get your license within a week. That concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.